Last season it was all smiles as we managed to reclaim the league title for only the second time in this career mode, finishing a whopping 11 points ahead of Lyon in second place. Those smiles didn't last for long though, as we bottled the Coupe Nationale, losing 4-3 on penalties to Nice, and then in the most thrilling 7-goal Champions League final, we lost it right at the death. We took an early lead thanks to an early goal from Diaby, then dropped back, conceding 3 goals to get it to 3-1 for Atletico Madrid. We pulled it back though with only a few minutes remaining, levelling it up at 3-3, but then a last-minute goal in extra time from João Felix gave Atletico Madrid a 4-3 victory, and they claimed Champions League glory. This season though, in what will be the final season of this career mode, the aims remain the same: retain the league title, win the Coupe Nationale, and finally see if we can get our hands on that coveted Champions League trophy. As for this episode, with £455 million to spend in the transfer window and a massive decision to make over this man's future at the club, it is all to play for this season. And of course, if you are enjoying this season so far, please feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get on with it. Now, looking through this squad, I'm pretty satisfied overall with the types of players and the quality of players we have. Pretty much everyone in the mid to high 80s or 90s. However, I do have one big decision to make, and it is over this man, Neymar's future at the club. As you can see, he is 89 rated, but he has gone down in his rating since last season. He's only got 12 months left on his contract, and he's 33 years of age. So, I am making the executive decision to stick him on the transfer list. I did the same thing with Messi last season. I'm doing the same thing with this man this season. Let's see if we can sell him, and let's see if we can bring someone in who can properly replace him. Neymar aside, looking at the rest of my squad, I'm pretty well stocked right across the board. In fact, all of the players I've got decent backups in reserve as well. The only one position that I don't potentially have all the backup I want is at centre-back. As you can see, I've got 3 at the back: Canate, Marquinhos and Kimpembe, and I've only got Gvardiol and Saliba as proper backups. So, I'm thinking, in a last-ditch attempt to try and win the Champions League this season, I'm going to bring one more centre-back into the club as well. And as you can see from my shortlist, I'm sticking to the French theme with 2 players, Upamecano being the first and Jules Koundé being the second. And whilst he is only 5'11" and 88 rated with incredible balanced stats, and as we play 3 at the back as well, I've decided to splash the cash on this man, Jules Koundé, all the way from Inter Milan for a whopping £99 million. Back to Neymar though, and to my surprise, the first team to come in with an offer for him are Bayern Leverkusen, and they've come in with a massive £76.2 million. And after a bit of back and forth with the manager, we did manage to agree a deal, and that means that 33-year-old Neymar, Brazilian legend, will be leaving PSG for a deal for £76.2 million, and he is now off to Germany. Now, as you can see, I've only got 3 players in the pipeline to replace him. Vinicius Jr. of Real Madrid being the first of which, Rafael Leao of Manchester City being the second, and then finally Luis Diaz of Liverpool being the third. And as one Brazilian departs the club, I thought it was only right to bring in his Brazilian counterpart, and that means, after smiling to the cameras and the press, Vinicius Jr. will be leaving the sun of Madrid and joining the bright lights of Paris. That is right, Vinicius Jr. joins PSG in a deal from Real Madrid worth £167 million. And that means at the start of this season, we have got an incredible squad. We've got 2 goalkeepers with a minimum of 85 rated, 2 incredible left-backs, 6 centre-backs, an 88 rated Jules Koundé, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Canate, Gvardiol, and an 84 rated William Saliba being the lowest rated centre-back at the club. Look at my 2 right-backs as well. I've got 4 centre-backs: Barella, Carlos Soler, Vitina, and Renato Sanchez, all in the middle. Renato Sanchez, 85 rated, being the lowest. And in terms of up front, Diaby, Vinicius Jr., Federico Chiesa, Antony, Mbappe, and Osimhen as well. What an incredible squad, and there is absolutely no excuses whatsoever not to win the Champions League this season. It's time to kick this season off though, and we're going to open up with the Trophee des Champions against Nice, the team that we bottled it against in the Coupe Nationale. And in spite of spending £250 million this summer transfer window, we go ahead and lose again to Nice, 2-1 this time, and it means we lose our first Trophee des Champions of this career mode. However, straight straight away we have the opportunity to make amends as we are going to kick off our league defence this season against that very team, Nice. And it is the chance for my two new signings to make their debuts for the club. Donnarumma starts in goal. At the back, it is five at the back, of course. Kimpembe, Marquinhos, Koundé, Mendes and Hakimi. In midfield, Soler and Barella. And then up front, it is Vinicius Jr., Diaby and Kylian Mbappe. Vinicius Jr., who picks this one up early doors, just tries to skip past a couple of defenders, ends up going back to Hakimi on the right-hand side. Diaby takes that down lovely. Can he try and dink this into the box? He can, looking for the head of Vinicius Jr., I think it was, but just couldn't quite get there. Nuno Mendes on the left-hand side. He's going to try and whip this one into the head of Vinicius Jr. again. Oh my word, what a bicycle kick, and what an introduction that would have been if that had gone in. Barella picks it up again, though, tries to dink it back into Koundé this time. Not tall enough to get on the ball. Can Mbappe win it back? Yes, he can. He'll strike with his left. And the goalkeeper easily collects that one. Feeds in Vinicius Jr. Lovely turn around the defender. Vinicius Jr. gets it onto his right. He's still going. Strikes with his right. Forces the goalkeeper into a big stop. Hugo Duro tries to feed that one in to Openda. Openda turns really nicely. Feeds it back to him. Looking pretty dangerous so far. And that is a lovely, wonderful worked goal. Nice take the lead inside 36 minutes. And they absolutely ripped my defence apart. Pender for Nice, trying to drive forward once again, trying to lay it into Duro again. He turns really nicely. Oli Yinka once again goes round Hakimi really nicely. Still manages to pick up the ball, even though he fell over. Gets it back again. Looks like he was going to shape up for a shot, but instead it was the striker Duro who did, and Donnarumma forced into a stop. Oli Yinka with a short corner this time, goes to Alex Telles, gets it back, looking for a ball in, goes to the edge of the box to Zolgane. He gives it to Hermoso. Zolgane picks it up right on the edge, and it's into Openda, who smashes it past Donnarumma to give Nice a 2-goal lead here right on the stroke of half-time. Carlos Soler with a big challenge, and now he can try to escape with the ball. Goes past two defenders. Can I try and feed a ball into the path of Diaby? That is a sensational ball. Diaby runs onto it with his left, goes to strike. Ah, what a waste. Carlos Soler with the throw, looks for Vinicius Jr., finds Vinicius Jr., he finds Barella. It's Anthony the substitute, into the other substitute, Chiesa. Going to try and look for a ball into Mbappe. Nice ball with his left, powers it past the goalkeeper. It's 2-1 with 20 minutes left. We are back in the game. He's trying to shape an angle to put it in the box. Instead gives it back to Duro. He's being chased down by one of my defenders, Rosario. And I think it's Goodmanson who picks it up. And Openda just goes round the defender. And he smashes it past Donnarumma. And just like that, they've got their 2-goal cushion back. 3-1, and we completely fell asleep at the back. Carlos Soler finds himself out wide on the left-hand side. Feeds a nice ball down the channel into Mbappe. He goes right across the box looking for Anthony. Can't quite find him. Osman is now picking up the ball. He's been pretty quiet since he's come on. Oh my word. What a sensational strike. About 25 yards out. Just lashed it past the goalkeeper. It is 3-2. 5 minutes remaining. Have we got enough time to try and launch a counter-attack here? Osman into Chiesa. He just loses it. Can he win it back? Yes, he can. Going to drive into the box. Chiesa to strike. And he goes wide. I don't believe it. And that is it. It is game over. The Nice players celebrate in front of their fans. Chiesa missing a wonderful opportunity right at the death. And frustratingly for us, it finishes here 3-2. And that opening day loss puts us 16th in the table. I think that is the lowest we've ever been on this career mode. And it means that is 3 losses on the bounce, all of which have been against Nice. The first of which in the Coupe Nationale, the second in the Trophee des Champions, and now the third in the opening league game of the season. What on earth is going on? To be fair to Federico Chiesa, he missed a sitter right at the end, but he has come knocking on my door telling me that he could have contributed more. Yes, you could have done some. But now, though, we're going to fast forward a few games, 4 league games to be precise, and we get back to winning ways with a 1-0 win against Auxerre. We then go to Stade Rennais, beat them 2-0. We've then got a 2-1 win against Troyes as well, and we finish off this run of 4 games against Montpellier with a stonking 4-0 battering. And those 4 wins have put us right back up towards the top of the table. We sit second behind our new rivals and our bogey team Nice, who sit 1 point ahead of us on 13. We've got 12 points, but we've definitely got the momentum on our side. But now, though, it's time to turn our attention back to the coveted and most important trophy in European football. That's right, it is the Champions League. And we have been drawn in what can only be described as a pretty easy group. Lazio, Celtic, Hapoel FC, all to contend with, and there are no excuses why we should not be topping this one. And for the last game of the episode, we're going to be kicking off with a home game against Lazio. This is my starting 11, no change from the team that played Nice at the beginning of the season. Let's go and get 3 points. Barella turns really nicely, looks for Mbappe, finds Mbappe, he turns onto his right, going to go with a strike with his left, forces the keeper into a stop. Can we get there ahead of the defender? No, we can't. Vinicius Jr. tussling, and the defender goes back to the goalkeeper, and he just about manages to boot it clear. Diaby picks this one up. Diaby strikes from distance straight at the defender, picks it up again, and the keeper into his first real stop of the game. Diaby with the resulting corner puts it in. It's a deep one into the head of Mbappe with a looping head, but the goalkeeper easily able to collect. Hakimi with the throw. Diaby feeds it back to him. Hakimi just tries to dink this one into the box, into Mbappe, who strikes with his left, and that is a sensational volley. What a cracking left-footed volley from Mbappe, and he smashes it into the top left-hand corner to give us a 1-0 lead here. Marcus Antonio tries to play a ball through. Oh, that is sensational from Kimpembe, but then he goes and loses it. It's into the box. Cherki tries to get there, and he just can't get there ahead of Hakimi. It's Sal for Lazio. He brings it forward, no one attacking him, and he shoots from about 25 yards out, and Donnarumma forced into a pretty tricky save. They've got a corner here, looks like they're going to go short, right on the stroke of half-time. It's Oscar who picks it up, goes out wide to the edge of the box, into Zubamendi who strikes, and Donnarumma forced into another stop. Mbappe picks it up. He's trying to bring it into the box, gives it to Marcus Antonio. They strike again. Donnarumma gets his hand to it. Referee blows the whistle for half-time. Hakimi with the throw, finds Diaby. Diaby takes that one down really nicely. Just tries to get it onto his left, goes for a finesse, way over the bar. It's Barella into Mbappe. Mbappe's going to try and find Vinicius Jr. He does find Vinicius Jr. Can he get there first? Yes, he can. Not ahead of the goalkeeper, though. Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side. I was going to try and play it to Mbappe, but Mbappe gets there first. But he's also offside. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this game. It's Oscar who's going to take this corner, and he's going to go deep into the box. Our defender's blocked off, and it's Nuno Mendes off the line. Hakimi goes straight ahead into the run of Anthony the substitute. Anthony the substitute, he's got the pace to drive away from the defender. Strikes with his left. That is sensational. Anthony's got a habit of coming off the bench and giving us the lead, or at least getting on the score sheet. And he's done it once again. He gives us a 2-goal lead here. Fantastic goal. It's a corner once again though for Lazio. They are not going down without a fight. It's a, oh my word, it's an overhead kick by, I think it was Lambert. The goalkeeper's out. It's Silva who's got it. Strikes. Good save. The goalkeeper is up once again. I mean, this is only the first game at the Champions League group stage. I don't really know why it's so dramatic for them to bring the goalkeeper up. He turns, looks for Mbappe. Referee blows the whistle. Game over here. It is 2-0. A solid way to kick off our Champions League group stage. Bit trickier than I thought it was going to be, but we get the job done. And that's where we're going to end the episode. Top of our Champions League group after 1 game played, ahead of Celtic in second. As for the league, we sit second place, 5 games played, 12 points on the board, 1 point behind Nice in top spot. And we have all the rest of the season to play for. That is it for the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.